Record. All right, runners with weights, we will need our mini bands, everyone. And otherwise, we are going to need our weights as we do. So let's get started. We're going to start with super great posture, of course, and then do some walkouts. So we are going to do a full minute of walkouts, and our walkouts will end at the end of the minute in a plank. So we'll end at the bottom of the movement, but let's get started first. Nice and tall. Whew. All right, I just gained an inch. Hi, Bruce. All right, super tall. Here we go. Come on down, just forward fold. Hands coming towards the ground. Slowly walking it out. Nothing needs to be quick here. Out to our downward dog. Plank, and then walk it back up. All right. As much as I hate it when our class is small, because I always want to have lots of people here, I do love when class is small because there's races going on. So there's lots of people who are not here because of races this weekend. So yay for them. So fun. Happy to see that. This weekend is the Bristow 12 and 24 hour. We got some people racing that one. Come on down. We've got, this is our last one, everyone. So just finish in your plank at the end of this minute. All right. So if you are in your good plank, I want you checking on your form. So let's go from head to toe. So let's make sure our neck is nice and long. You're looking down over your fingers. Now push the ground away. So really pushing away your chest from your hands. Squeeze your glutes. Feel stretch through your toes since your toes are tucked under. And then let's hold it here for 15 more seconds. So I know you're already in your good plank, but we're going to hold this position for 15 more seconds. Well, now it's 10 more seconds. And then when we're done, we'll flip over onto our backs and do a dead bug. We've got 5 more seconds. Keep holding and breathing. This is our good posture, just reinvented on the ground. And go ahead and roll it to your back. All right, so when you're on your back, the dead bug position, I want you really thinking about, okay, arms up, that's easy, but knees up, this is where I want you to focus. So your knees up, I don't want your knees hugged into your chest. I want it so that your knees are pointing to the ceiling. And as you do that, you should feel your abs engage. Now I want you to make sure you can feel where your rib cage is. So everyone go ahead and check around with your rib cage. You can point it up towards the ceiling, then you know it's wrong. So now let's go ahead and push it down towards the ground. As you exhale, now you should feel your knees up. You've exhaled, your spine comes down. You should feel your abs engaged. This is our starting position. All right, so let's go ahead and extend our left leg, keeping the right knee up without moving that at all. So left leg's extended, and then go ahead and pull it back in. Wait, all right, now doing the same thing with the right side. The right side extends as the left knee stays up, right? And then come on back in. So this is how slow we're gonna do these. All right, let's extend the left side. Exhale as you do the work, and then bring it back in. In between, go ahead, right side out. When you have both knees up, you should still feel like you're working. Come on back in. All right, everyone, keep this going for 20 more seconds on your time. So go ahead and extending your legs nice and slow. And in between, when you're extending each one, good morning, Jill, you've got your knees directly up to the ceiling. So there's never a rest on this one. Excellent. 5 more seconds. No rests when you're a dead bug, even though that seems like the ultimate rest. Okay, 3, 2, stay where you are. Feet, go ahead and go down onto the ground. We're going to do some glute lifts. So you know these, you're in that glute raised position. So your feet are pretty close to your butt. And then I just want us to come up and lift, squeeze, and lower. Go ahead on your own time. You're going to do that lift, squeeze, hold that squeeze as long as it feels comfortable, and then just go ahead and lower it back down. We got 30 seconds here. Just warming up through our glutes. and right back down. Good. All right. When you do that squeeze, you should feel the extension through your hips. Maybe a little bit of a stretch through your quads. That's good. All right. Good. Nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to switch this to a glute march. So everyone go ahead and finish in that up position. So our glutes are engaged. We're lifting up with our glutes. And now let's march. So just one knee up at a time. When you bring your feet back down to the ground, make sure that you are continuing to keep your feet close to your butt. Your feet aren't inching their way out. This should feel good. You should also you should also make sure your hips are not sagging down towards the ground. You can always put your hand under to check, but keep your hips up as you do this marching. Nicely done. Just 5 more seconds, and then we're going to stand it up and continue the glute happiness. Go ahead and stand it up. We are going to continue working on our glutes with our bands. So go ahead and grab your band. Let's get them around our ankles. If you're not sure which one to use, we are going to do kickbacks and side kicks. So you might be able to use a little bit heavier than if we were doing something else. You choose what you need. All right, and for those of you who don't have a band, everyone who seeing has a band, but if you don't have a band, you can always kick back against a wall to have that tension that you're working against. All right, otherwise, for us, we're going to do glute kickbacks. I want us kicking directly behind us. So we're going for the glute max. So this is the meatiest part of our butt. If you want to put your hand there, no shame there. You can see if it's working. Here we go. We're just going to kick back and forward. All right, so you're not coming forward with your chest, you're coming back and forward. For some of you, if your band is really tight, you might not be able to hold out. Mine is a little bit easier, so I can kick back and hold and then come back. If your band is super easy, you might come back out and then pulse. You choose, there's 10 more seconds. You might be feeling it as well in that planted leg, and that's all right. Doing some work too. We got 3, 2, go right to the other side. So just switch ahead. Good. Switch ahead. I don't think that's a phrase, but I just said it. There you go. Switch, please. How about that? All right. So now we are keeping chest up. Yes. Okay. Get back. Good. 10 more seconds. If it feels too easy, stay back and pulse. And 3, 2, all right, take a quick break. So now we're going to have the band in the same spot, and we're going to do the side kicks. So this one is where we're coming here. So again, you decide for your band. You might not have a huge range of motion, but if you feel it, that's enough. All right, let's go. Whatever side you want to start on. Keeping chest up. Good. All right. If your band feels hard or you feel like, wow, everything is tough, take a break and then come back. Totally fine. All right. Good. Nice kick up. All right. And 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, go right to the other side. Woo. Planted leg, starting to feel that one for sure. Good. Nice balance out there. All right. Nice and tall, of course. All right. Back at the gym last night for the Thursday night classes. So fun being back in the gym. It's inspiring me to want to do more classes. All right. To think about that. Just 5 more seconds. 2. Woo. All right. Last thing with our band, we can take these off. We're going to get back down on the ground and do planks again. This time with the band on our wrists. So the point of this one is that we are going to do that plank with the hands going that way, and it will make your hips move. But you are going to resist that because you are strong and you will not give in to rotation. So everyone, go head down. I want you to have your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart to start. If it feels like too easy, your hips can, or your feet can come together. So everyone start with it wide, and then let's go for it. So just hands coming out, tapping one side to the other, keeping your butt down low. If it feels like, okay, no problem, I got this, you can try moving your feet closer together, but I don't want your hips to move. So hands move, you don't have to worry about that. So that's the easy part. What you don't want to do is let your hips rotate. So really be careful on that one. If when you're moving your hands on these, you can't keep your hips still, then move them even and make your hand movement a little bit smaller, or just don't worry about it. You really can't get your hips to not sway around. Don't worry. Otherwise, we've got 5 more seconds. Yes. 3, 2. All right. Warm up. We are good. We are going to just go right into our first set. So our first set always has a little bit of lighter weight and a balance component. So it sort of helps us continue with our warm up. So the first thing we're going to do is a single leg deadlift in a kickstand position. So we haven't done these in a while. The reason that we would do this kickstand position, so the kickstand position is when you do have a little bit of balance back here instead of coming up here, is that it allows us to lift something heavier. So appropriately, please pick your weight. So you've got the standing leg, and then the weight is in the opposite hand because it helps keep our hip in the right alignment, and we'll come down and all the way up to tall. So that is going to be our single leg deadlift. And then we're going to do an overhead back lunge. So the overhead back lunge is when we've got our weight, obviously overhead. And this is, then we'll come back down into that lunge, up to balance. So the focus on that one will be the overhead part. All right, so first things first, you're gonna need 2 different weights for that. So the very heavy weight for, well, as heavy as you can for that single leg deadlift. And then something that you can hold overhead for the whole time when we're doing the lunges. So everyone go ahead and let's get into our single leg deadlift position here. We're in this split stance, kickstand. When I say kickstand, that's because most of the weight is on that front. The kickstand is just a little bit. The weight is in the opposite side of the planted leg. Let's do it. I've talked enough on that one. Here we go. Come on down, back up. All right, shoulders do not reach towards the ground. Your chest comes down and up, but your shoulder stays back. All right, I'm seeing some heavy weights out there. Thank you for making me happy, making my morning there. Good. When we're at the gym, you know, I could just go get another weight and give it to you. But here, I just had to beg nicely. All right, 3, 2, let's go right to the other side. So switch it up. Looking good out there. All right, this one is good. I know I said it's our balance set with that kickstand back there. We don't have to have balance quite as dialed in. Although you've got a pretty heavy weight, you're still needing to really brace with that upper body. It's plenty of balance. All right. Good. All right, 5 more seconds. And done. Excellent. All right, our overhead back lunges to balance. So this is a weight that you can hold up over your head as you're doing your lunges. I'll show this one from the side. You got your weight up, coming back into that lunge, up to balance the whole time weight is up. All right, so let's go for it. Everyone start whatever side you have got the weight up, you're stepping back with the other side. So let's see it. Good. Really covering up your bicep with your ear. So thinking about not having your arms sort of saggy, but really up. Your knuckles are facing the ceiling, not the wall. So think about, where are my knuckles here? Nice. These are not quick. All of you are going at a perfect pace. But if you're going much faster than I am, maybe you have a too light of a weight. All right, 3, 2, super. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Go right into it. All right, come on back. And directly up. Good. Check your knuckle position. It should be up to the ceiling. It's more important the more weight you have, because that means your wrist is in the right position. Good. As we go, the tendency is that your arm would come down. Don't let it. So think about if you can feel your arm sort of touching your ear, then you know you've got it. 5 more seconds. Good. Done. All right. Well, I don't know about you guys on the recorded version, but the people working out with me right now had no problem with that. I don't think I saw one wobble. So if you felt like you had a wobble, you got away with it because I didn't see it. All right, so we're back to those deadlifts. If you feel like, wow, that was not hard enough, I know I'm cueing it with one hand, but you can always have weights in both. So don't be afraid to have weights in both hands if you want to increase your weight. All right, otherwise, let's get our weight in one hand and let's do it. Here we go. Come on forward. And then nice and tall. Good. Yep, nice and tall. All right. Yes. Okay, there's 5 more seconds. So again, and just one more maybe. And go ahead and switch your stance. Switch it up. All right, here we go. Come on up tall. Good. Feel your weight. Make sure. I just felt on this side, I'm like, wow, I'm putting a lot of weight on the back leg. Don't want that. The back leg is for balance. All the weight is on that front leg. So make sure your weight distribution is right here. Good. And 3, 2. All right, we don't have to do those anymore, but we do have to do those overhead lunges. So if you're feeling like those were really hard, everyone looked good doing that. So if anything, you might need to have bigger weight. I know you're holding it above your head the whole time, but you are strong. All right. If you felt like you had one side that was giving you trouble, start with that side so you can finish feeling strong. Let's go for it. 30 seconds here. Step it back. And then to balance. Yes, Jill, looking good. All right. Yeah, Sarah, good. All right. M's got it. And there's Kim. Nice. All right, 5 more seconds. Don't let your arm sag. And go ahead and switch sides. We're on it. Good. There we go. All right. Nice and tall. The whole time. You never let ourselves crunch here. 10 seconds they go. Oh my goodness, looking good. All right. You are done. Done, done, done. Get a drink of water. Balance it. Complete. All right. So our main set, this is where we want our heaviest weights. We are going to start with a front squat. I'll show you all the options. And then we are going to do a split stance row. So we're going to be in that sort of that kickstand position again. And then we're going to end with a little bit of a power move with the pop cleans. So the front squat, if you have it as an option, 2 kettlebells or 2 weights coming here where your arms are up and down. The weight is not resting on your chest, but it's just out in front. So what that feels like when you're standing is that you feel like you're in a plank. So this position forces us to brace the whole time with our upper body, and then we're coming down into a plank and back up. I know that not everyone has matching weights, so if you want to, you can do it as a goblet squat, but I want the same thing. It's not hugged into your chest, it's out, so you're forced to that bracing position and then coming down and back up. If you only have something super heavy and you can do this one, but you don't have any bracing on that one. So I want the focus of this squat is that we're feeling that sort of plank position, everything is engaged. Second thing I said is that that split stance row. So we're gonna do here. So this hand is with that front leg. So in case you need to hang on there, that's our row. And then the pop cleans, you have a dumbbell come from here to here, where we're sort of flipping that weight up, but we can show that one when we get there. So the first thing is that double front squat. If you've got weights for doubling, if not, get your one kettlebell and hold it out goblet style, but we're trying not to let our weights come hanging out on our body. They are out from our body. Let's go. Nice. All right, this is where I see all the weight diversity of what everyone has. Good. All right, if it starts to hurt your low back, think about two things. One is that you want to make sure it's not forcing you into this curved back position as your weights are pulling you, or it might be too heavy for you to brace, and so these muscles are getting tired and you're just over recruiting. So 5 more seconds. Good, and done. Nicely done. All right, split stance rows. So everyone, I want you to row the heaviest thing that you can. If you do not make it through our full 30 seconds, great. That means you chose a good one, right? So for me, like I have this 15 pounds while I'm chatting with you guys. I could probably row this one for a couple minutes, right? That's not what I'm looking for. So get something heavy. Even if you can only lift it 4 or 5 times, that's what we're going for. Now, first things first, I want to make sure everyone's chest is such that you cannot tell which side your weight's on. Here, you can see which side. Here, you cannot, right? So got both back, and then shoulders never move. All right, let's do it. Row. Good. Yep, shoulders don't move. They're in the same place in space, not letting it down at all. Good. That's it. So you might feel like, wow, my front leg is feeling that. That's all right. Little distraction there. 5 more seconds. Good pull here. And nicely done. All right. So same thing, just on the other side. Let's get into our good stance. Hinge over. Here we go. And good pull. Good. So this set, as you can imagine, is all about our bracing. So that front squat forces us bracing with the weight in the front. This also, the weight is pulling from the front, but we are braced, not letting ourselves get pulled forward. Good. 3, 2. Basically, we don't need to do any planks because we're doing this. All right, so last thing was the pop cleans. So if you're using a dumbbell, should be pretty heavy coming from here, pop it up. The weight should be weightless from about here to here because you're lifting up with the push of your squat. The top of a pop clean, your glutes are super tight, right? Because you're coming from here, hips go forward, poof, and you pop it up nice and tight. Also, with your tight glutes at the top, you know that you're in a good position with your back because you're holding that weight, again, braced from the front. So this whole set is basically, seems like squats, but it's really a lot of core work. All right, everybody ready? Let's do it. Pop. Good. Come on back down. Pop it up. Yeah, Cam, look at that. Cam's got some dumbbells. Everyone else got their kettlebells. Looks good. Nice. All right. Good. If it's flying up with no problem, you might want to get a heavier one next time. If it feels heavy at the bottom, but somehow you're like, wow, it comes up anyway, you can still try and see if you can get a little bit heavier. It should feel heavy from the bottom. You should not be able to just come from here to here without the momentum. 3, 2, done. All right, so that's our set. We are squatting with a focus on super core control here. So we will start back at that front squat. So whether you're in a goblet position or in the double, our doubles, we're trying to keep our weight right above our elbows, no chicken wings, people, and no resting it on our chest because that makes it easier. That means your weight's too heavy. All right, let's stop talking. And by let's, I mean me. Here we go. Good. Now let's get our breathing in check. We come down with our inhale, exhale up. When we exhale, our pelvic floor goes up. We want everything going up. Good. 5 more seconds. And nicely done. All right. So let's get set up for those rows. Second time through. Some of you have really heavy or sort of very light, not a lot of in between. So these can be tough for that. See what you can do. Everybody get ready into your bent over position. I never showed you from the side, but it's here. Let's do it. Good. Keeping your elbow right into the side of your body. So if someone's looking at you from the side, it's here. There's no, I don't know, weird coming out to the side piece. Good. Nice and slow, coming up and down. 5 more seconds. And woo. All right. Definitely can tell I just upped the weight on that one. Here we go. Good. Remember, feel the brace. It keeps your abs engaged, back engaged, shoulders back. This one is super good for keeping us in good posture. And 3, 2, nicely done. All right. So for our pop cleans, remember, get the heavy weight. Make sure it's between your feet when we start. So it shouldn't be out. If it's out in front, then you're having to scoop it back and pull up. That's not going to be good for your back. So start that weight right between your arches. Check it out. Everyone take a deep breath. We're going to start in 10 seconds. Got 30 seconds of these. We finish in that same position that we're doing those first squats. Here we go. 3, 2, go for it. Glutes tight at the top. Good. Your weight should be heavy enough that it's hard, but light enough that you don't have to stop here where it's resting on your chest like your kettlebell baby. These are independent kettlebells. Whew. Good. Push through the ground. Hips, really push that weight up. 3, 2, nicely done. All right. Yes. One more time, but let's give it a quick rest because we're using all the same muscles for those pop cleans as we're using for those front squats. So we're going to wait for 30 seconds. So get set up because those are different weights. Different weights set up. All right. We're going to go in 15 seconds. So with 5 seconds to go, I'll have everyone pick up their weights and get started. All right, some of you already are. Super biceps, that's good. All right, let's go ahead and get our weights into our rack position. Nod against our chest if we can help it, and let's do it. Good. Okay, remember, getting good breath. And exhale as you come up. Yes. Good. Now, the weights we're lifting are not as crucial to get the breaths perfect because you could do it without. But once you started getting into something super heavy, you would need to really have that breath in check to get the lift. All right, 5 more seconds. 3, 2. All right. Row yourself gently into the weekend. Okay, so split stance. Shoulders are crucial. They get into one spot and don't move, right? Here we go. Let's do it. All right, let's see it out there. Good. Everyone feels their abs. We're in this super tight plank, abs of steel, abs of blue steel, whatever. Just 5 more seconds. Yes, good job. And 3, 2, good. All right. If it's so heavy that you can't get the full, yes, that's perfect. I'm happy to see that. Failure is winning here. Let's do it. Other side. Good. So that other hand can be on your hip, on your leg, just out. Whatever makes you feel balanced. Good. And 3, 2, nicely done. All right. Hopefully this is not, you're not feeling this in your back. I mean, I'm definitely feeling it in my back, but like I'm working it, not like I'm hurting it. If you're feeling like, oh, this is too much, careful with these pop cleans. You can always change it just to plain squat if you need to. Otherwise, set up for these pop cleans is that the weight is right between your feet. So right in the middle of your feet, at the arches. All right, so we're gonna start in 15 seconds. So everyone can stand here with some great posture, glutes tight, shoulders back. That's where we finish this one, okay? So memorize the bodies, memorize this position, and let's go in 3, 2, here we go. Pop cleans. Yes, you know that ending position, we just practiced it, good. Glutes tight. They've gotta be to get that weight up. If you are not ending with tight glutes, then your weight's too light. Good. All right, biceps might be feeling this one tomorrow. Complaints department is open for business if you want to tell me about it. 3, 2, all right, done. All right, but of course we're not totally done, right? Because there's always a final set. So our final set, get a drink while I show you. We're not going to rush into it. We are going to do single arm cleans, low swings, full swings, and squat jumps. So the first time we go through it, we're going to go through it with a stop in between each one. So it'll look like we'll do a single arm clean with a stop, then we'll do the other side. Now, not all of you have kettlebells. So if you're doing the clean, you're coming from the ground to your same rack position that we've been doing, where the weight is just above our elbow and it's not resting on our chest. You don't have to. So we've got cleans, swings, you know these. So the low swing is when we're going from weight out front, chest is up, butts down, hamstrings engaged, hike, and then back, and then the full swing, and back down, and then we pull the weight to between our feet for that jump. For those of you who have a dumbbell only, totally fine. For the low swing, it's a little bit harder. You can't come quite as low, but you can still swing, right? We're trying to hit here, so that's okay. And then the full swing, you can still do with your dumbbells. All right, And same thing, squat jump, you can do that with anything, just holding that weight down low. So we're never getting weights near our face. All right, but first round through, everything is just 1 rep. Then we'll increase as we go. So get whatever weight or weights you want. So if you have one weight for the single arm cleans and another weight for the swing and another weight for the squat jump, they're sort of just all sitting right there ready to go. Otherwise, let's start here. So single arm clean, the weights always are gonna, for this set, the weights either start between your feet or out in front, and I'll cue it. Let's go cleans, weight between your feet, up. Nice, good position, glutes tight. All right, come back down. Reset. We're going clean on the other side. Here we go. Good. And back down. Reset. All right, so now we're doing those low swings. So we need to step back or get to our different position so that our weight is in front. From the side, we're here. So we're just doing 1 hike. Everybody do it. Hike. And then we're in the right position. So let's do 1 swing. Finishing correctly. Good. And then now we've got whatever weight you want to use, just 1 squat jump. All right, when you're ready. Beautiful. Okay, everyone knows what we're doing. So now we're going to do this another time through. We're just going to do 3 on each, but I want us to stop at each one. So everything is a swing stop. So for the kettlebell swings, instead of just doing 3, right, you would do 1, stop, 2, stop. I think you get the point there. So same thing with the cleans. So everybody ready? Let's get in position for the cleans. All right, here we go. Cleans, here's 1. Drop it back down. Here's 2. Good, back down. And 3, beautiful, and clean. All right, reset your position. Going for the other side, here we go. Here's 1. Good. Here's 2. And here's our 3rd. Nicely done. Bring it back down. Okay, different weight, different position. So get your weight out in front of you. I want you to be looking up, chest is up, butt's down, hamstrings feel it. We're doing 3 low swings. Here's 1. Good, go back. Here's 2. And here's 3. Good, you can come back up, reset, because otherwise we'll be in that squatty position for a long time and your legs are gonna be like, why? All right, so 3 swings that we reset in between each one. Here we go. Come on down to the position. Pull it back, swing. And right back to the start. Here's 2. Good, and here's 3. Nicely done. All right. And then last thing, 3 squat jumps. When you are ready, going for it. 1, 2, and 3. Nice. Okay. Those didn't feel easy at all, but we're going to make them a little bit harder by finishing with our last set through. We're not counting. I'm going to give us just time on the clock. So we're going to have 30 seconds for each. So that means it's 30 seconds times 4, right? Two times of the cleans. Oh no, and then low swings, and then squat jumps. So 5. So it's 2.5 minutes. So this is going to be hard. So you're going to need to take your own breaks. Like for example, the low swing, 30 seconds of those is going to really be hard. So take breaks as you need. The regular swings, you do not need to stop in between. So once you're swinging, just go ahead and swing and swing and swing to happiness. But those low swings, you'll just have to be down here the whole time. So for some of you, myself included, 30 seconds might start to feel like an oppressive amount of time. So do what you can, take breaks as you need it, but we are going to start in 15 seconds with our single arm cleans. So Get your weight between your feet. Catch your breath. Final sip of water, 5 seconds. And then it's 2.5 minutes through, and then we are done. Let's go. Single arm cleans. If you need a break, you can stop here in this braced position, or you can just put the weight down and take a proper break, but it's up to you. Slow it down. It starts getting hard. Good. If it feels like your breathing pattern isn't as good, take a break. We're going to switch in 3, 2, go right into the other side. Good. Good. If you start feeling like, oh, I'm getting so fatigued, think about your heels. Changing up what you're feeling. Your heels shouldn't hurt, but what I want you to think about them is that they're strong and you're pushing your body up through your heels. So instead of thinking about, oh, this is getting heavy, just think about pushing up through those heels. 3, 2, all right, low swings. So switch your positions. Hike. So this one, you're gonna stay down low. Good. Remember, you're hitting right here. If you're hitting your legs with your forearms, you're doing it right. If you're looking out into your room, you're doing it right. You do not need to follow the kettlebell with your eyeballs. 3, 2, yes, okay, big swings, let's go for it. Even though everyone's legs are like, why? Going for those tall swings. You do not need to reset them once you're swinging. Just stay swinging. Nice. Cam with the big dumbbell there. All right. Good. Snapping your butt. 5 more seconds. And then the worst ending ever is here. Finish with 30 seconds of squat jumps. Make a goal. Maybe you decide I'm going to do 4. Taking a break in between each, that's fine. Doesn't matter. You do not have to jump for joy for a full 30 seconds. In fact, there's only 15 seconds left. So only good reps. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2. Oh, yes. Okay, that was fun. I hope you had as much fun doing that set as I did. But let's catch our breath here. So go ahead and give yourself some space. I want us to just take a quick walk around your gym, admire your work, catch your breath, and when you're ready, let's just get our thumbs back, open up our chest, open up our hips. All right. Good. So as you come back with your thumbs back, just think about getting some open space here, and you're opening up through here, through your hips. Good. All right. And then let's go ahead and sit on the floor, everyone. Sit on the floor. We are going to just sit into a figure 4 position. But I want us in this figure 4, but moving. So we're here. I want you to, instead of being curled, I want you to have your chest pushing towards your lower leg, your shin. Push your chest towards your shin. That's what it is. All right. Good. All right. And just keep that foot aiming towards the ground. Good. All right. If it doesn't feel good that way and you'd rather just be here in that stuck position, really pushing your chest towards, that's fine too. To me, this moving position feels really nice. So up to you. And then let's switch sides. 1 more minute and you are on to your Friday. Good. All right. I hope everyone has a good weekend planned. As I was saying, I'll be in Bend, so Monday morning, Rise and Shine will be from Rental House in Sun River. We'll see Hopefully there's somewhere outside that I can not wake up my whole house and the whole neighborhood. All right. And last thing, just getting in those windshield wipers any way that feels good to you. If that means coming forward as well, great. If you just want to sit back and do it, great. Do what feels good. I think you can do them lying down too. Although I cannot get my knees down with this position. So even though it feels good, I feel like my mobility, it's a reminder that my mobility could use some work. So I'll stay sitting up. All right. Thank you guys so much. Say hi if you want. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday. Bye, Jill.